Theatrhythm Final Bar Line is the next entry in Square Enix's Theatrhythm series. Not being seen since the 3DS, I was super curious to see if this rhythm-based celebration of Final Fantasy's music could live up to its previous entries. Theatrhythm is one of my favorite 3DS games. It featured some of my favorite songs in gaming, tons of content, and a cute style that made it a fun experience to sit down with. When this new game was announced, I was surprised and really excited to jump back in. Simply put, it's a rhythm game. You press buttons and move the stick with the timed prompts that show up on screen. Simple as that. Of course, better timing results in a better score, and there's enough leeway here that you won't feel completely dejected if you mistime some things. Where this game makes a bit of a name for itself is with some of the other mechanics that are involved with playing. Of course, this is a Final Fantasy game, so alongside the extensive list of music is a collection of some of our favorite heroes and villains. Unlocking a series of songs usually unlocks the characters as well. These characters are not just dressing for the game's screens either. Each levels up and learns a variety of abilities that affect the game. As you play, your characters attack enemies that appear. This is done passively, but the various abilities have activation requirements. They usually are a certain number of notes being hit by the player before they get fired off. They range from basic spells like fire or blizzard to more unique things like faster movement in stages. The abilities play quite a large part of the game if you want to do more than just play along with the songs. Since each stage has enemies and bosses, the more you can defeat by playing well, the more bonuses you are rewarded with. Not to mention the quests that act as extra goals to keep in mind for rewards as well. To complete these, using abilities to exploit weaknesses or meet certain conditions is needed. It creates a lot of replay value once characters or abilities get unlocked to make them doable. But of course, none of this matters unless the music itself is good. Theatrhythm has quite an impressive selection of songs ranging from the classics we all know and love to some of the ones we might have missed over the years. I'm looking at you, Mystic Quest. That said, the more invested fans might notice that not every song is included. While the major hits are represented, there are a few missing ones that might disappoint you. There's also been DLC announced that will expand into a variety of other non-Final Fantasy series as well, which should be great additions too. There are three kinds of stages that I should mention. Battle stages that feature battle, boss, or character themes. Field stages that usually have themes that you hear in towns, traveling, or when using various forms of transportation. And finally, there are the event music stages. These are unique and unlocked after you finish all the songs in a series. They show a compilation video in the background and have a vertical orientation. Event music stages are a nice cherry on top and sometimes have a song that's not included in the normal stages, like Kodakumi's 1,000 Words from Final Fantasy X too. They're neat, but I will warn you, they do have a ton of spoilers in them, especially for the more modern entries that use scenes from all the major events, even endings, so heads up on that. Probably my favorite part of this game though is the variety of options it brings to the table. I'm not a rhythm game aficionado, but I immensely enjoy Theatrhythm. Looking at the difficulty, there are 3 to 4 options per stage. Basic is the lowest setting and it's quite doable in most cases. Expert feels like a good middle ground where it's challenging but still fun. Ultimate and Supreme are definitely out of my personal play range most of the time, but I'm sure the more hardcore players will welcome it. Playing on the lower difficulties is still enjoyable, and it never felt like I was missing anything either. I could progress, but I was still having fun. This is a huge factor in the enjoyment of the game. There's also a simple mode as well. Simple mode removes some of the more complicated movements for those who don't enjoy them or perhaps can't do them. Once again, it's a great option to have. Not to mention there's also local pair play and multiplayer. Also, the options are really good here. Theatrhythm has a surprising amount of adjustable options for the players. Things to adjust the feel of inputs, color, blocking parts of the screen, sound, and more. It really is above and beyond what I usually expect from Square Enix, so I wanted to give them a shout out. In short, Theatrhythm Final Bar Line is an absolute joy to play. It's fun and engaging, has a collection of some of our favorite Final Fantasy songs, with a promise of more through DLC in the future. The background features of abilities give you plenty to keep coming back for, not to mention the awesome amount of options to tailor the experience to your preference, be that a seasoned rhythm veteran or a casual player who just likes the music. I definitely recommend this game for Final Fantasy fans, and especially the ones who are rhythm fans too. That's all for this review. Thanks for checking it out. Be sure to hit the like, leave a comment down below, hit the bell, and subscribe. Let me know if you're enjoying Theatrhythm or if you're passing on this one. I think it's a great game. It's a really nice break from the usual long-form RPGs I've been playing recently. But I hope you have a good day and stay safe out there.